if you can tell us your name, how many kids you have, biological, foster, whatever, how long you've been a foster parent, and then you know what you're going to talk about.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Hernandez, and I've been a foster parent for almost 10 years. I've been a medical foster parent for the last 9 years, and I currently have adopted 3 of my medical foster sons. I have 1 biological child, and then right now I'm doing short-term placements, emergency basis in foster care. So I currently have no foster children, but that won't last long. I wanted to talk to you and let you know how important it is for us to never give up on our foster kids. I have a child that is now my adopted son, who at the age of 5 was having such behavioral problems that he was arrested in the school system for hitting his teacher and disrupting, throwing chairs for multiple days. And this child almost went to a facility to live, and we hung on to that child, and we loved him through it all on days that I cried and cried and cried. And now this child is my beautiful son who has learned to control his anger and has stabilized and is one of my precious gifts from God.
And can you say maybe what's 1 or 2 things you did to help to control that behavior? Obviously you didn't punish him physically, or how did you cope with this?
It was not me alone. It can't be done alone. It was family. There was a behavioral analyst involved. There was play therapy involved, specialized classes at school, and also a neurologist and medication was involved. So there were many things, and it took trial and error to find the right classroom settings for him, to find the right medications for him. And one thing that I had to make sure he understood is that no matter what he did, I may not agree, there might be a consequence, but I loved him. And I think that was what got through to him, that he knew nothing he did was going to be enough for him to leave my home.
So that was even more important, you think, than the medication or the therapy, was his feeling of security and trust in you?
It is, because even now, even though he's on medication and he's stable, in a new environment with a new person, if he does not feel like he can trust them, or that they do not respect him or have compassion for him, he'll act up with that person. So it's a lot about love and trust.
And how did you convey that love and trust to him? Was it just all of your actions, or did you actually say things directly?
Well, we tell them directly. It's all of the above. You've got to show them love. You've got to be present with them. You've got to be there to support them, even when they're upset, and say, I hear that you're upset, but what you did is not okay. So when you're done being upset, I'm here for you, and we're going to talk about it. And giving them options. You can't hit other kids, but you can hit your pillow. You can't hit your bed. And he'll even tell me that now. I'm so angry I could hit a pillow. I said, that's okay. You can hit a pillow. And he's learning to rationalize. And when he's hyperactive, he has an engine. And I'll say, how high is that engine? And he's like a race car. And so I'll say, you need to put the brakes on your engine and put it down a gear, because you're going to get in trouble because you're so hyper. So, using visuals and talking it through with them, setting limits and following through, all of those things are important to helping them manage.
And how did you learn that? Like, for example, the engine metaphor, how did you learn to use that?
It just came to me one day. No one taught that to me. He was sitting on my lap. His heart was beating really fast. He was getting into a lot of trouble being aggressive. I knew he was very hyperactive, and I said, boy, your heart's beating like a race car. And it just kind of came from, your engine is running fast. And we just made it, and it's something that he was able, and he puts his foot on the brake and actually works through it physically, and I think that helps him to realize he can control himself.
Oh, that's terrific. Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.